What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We're having a great day today. So today's video is going to be kind of a cool discussion video, which I think would be kind of a cool concept to bring to YouTube. So the question for today is, what made you choose your platform of choice? And obviously, to keep this video from being 25 seconds long, I'm going to go through my story as well. But for you guys in the comments, I want you guys to answer the question. And the reason I thought this would be kind of cool is because people are obviously going to ask, but your channel is sport truck related, we're going to see the people about sport trucks. My channel is actually pretty diverse. I've talked to many subscribers who have cars from old Volvos to Mustangs to Camaros and all sorts of other cars. And I think it'd be a really cool concept to bring kind of what made you choose your platform of choice. What kind of spoke out to you? Was it a car that one of your family members had and you loved it, so you bought your own? Was it a gift for like high school graduation? I know that's a pretty common thing nowadays. Or was it just something that you had always wanted when you were a kid and you were like, well, I can afford it now, so you bought one? Let me know in the comments below what was your story behind your platform of choice and what made you want to modify it, and here's mine. So, for a lot of people who don't know, this truck was actually a gift. I got it when I was 16 in high school. My parents were working their tail off to kind of give me the ability to not have to work during high school. They wanted me to have my first car, of course, when I was 16. Of course, this was actually a few months after I turned 16. I turned 16 in October of 2015, or not October, August of 2015, and I didn't actually get this until February 2016. So, I mean, it was a pretty large gap. I mean, being 16 and not having my own car yet. My parents busted their butts to make this happen, and they wanted me to have my own car, not have to worry about working through high school, to kind of just have a car to drive to go visit friends. And, you know, that was really about it. That's all I did in high school. I drove the 5-minute drive to go hang out with one of my friends after school, and drove to school and drove home. That was really all I did with it for the first little while. And that was kind of where it came from. And it was, like I said, it was a gift. There was a few cars I looked at. The truck scene wasn't really my thing. I wanted a truck, but at the same time I didn't. You guys know, I'm a car guy in a truck owner's body. You know, I love sports cars. I just happen to own a truck. I'm not really big in the truck scene here. I don't really like the truck scene here where I live, so I kind of tend to stay out of it and kind of stick more with the car people. I'm always the odd guy out. I apologize for the noise. It's actually my second take of the video because of how loud it was a minute ago. They're building a new house around the corner from here, so it's pretty loud. But anyway, like I was saying, this is killing me. So like I was saying, the Sport Track wasn't the first truck I considered. I considered a couple other trucks, the Dodge Dakota, for example, which was one of the only other mid-sizes I looked at, the Ranger, the S10, and then there was, out of all the trucks I'd actually looked at, there was only 3. One of which was a 2001 Sport Track. It was a fully loaded XLT 4x4 that had the exact same mileage as mine did when I got it, 213,000 miles. I believe that one had more like 210. And they wanted $10,000 for it, which was kind of nuts. Even today, it's ridiculous. Someone actually posted on the Facebook owners group a picture of a truck that was $8 grand that was actually relatively local to my house. I kind of laughed at it. I was like, I'm not the only one out here, huh? But anyway, like I was saying, it was the first truck that I'd kind of looked at. Actually, no, it was the second truck I'd looked at. The first one was a 1997 GMC Sierra 1500 single cab. And you guys know, I've commented on it before. People have asked me to trade my truck in for F-150 or something like that, and I've been like, no, because I've driven a full size and I didn't like it. Single cabs are a little bit different because they're small for a full size. My issue with the full size is not the width as much as the length. A full size truck can get pretty long, especially like a long bed or something like that. This one we looked at was a 97 1500 Sierra that was a single cab short bed. So it was pretty much my dream full size truck, minus the generation of the Sierra itself. It was like I said, it was a 97, so it was throttle body injected. It was old. I wanted more related to the more LS1 style Silverados, like the late 90s ones, early 2000s models. But this popped up at 170,000 miles on it. It was in pretty good shape. So my mom was down for it. I was down for it. My dad wasn't. My dad's pretty much a brand snob when it comes to his cars. He only prefers like certain brands. He hates GM. He hates Dodge to an extent. But loves Ford. So he was very not keen on me getting a GM for my first truck. Now, he didn't say this to me at the time because I loved that truck. I wanted it really bad. My dad was like, "Oh, you don't need a V8 for your first car." I was like, "This is a really," I told him, I was like, "This is a really slow V8. The throttle body injection 5.7 is really slow." And then he was like, "Oh, the mileage is too high." And this truck got 179,000 miles. And literally a week later, I got this, and it's at 213 when I got it. And then he finally admitted it later that it was just because it was a GM. But anyway, this truck was like a last kind of stand. It was really between this and a Honda Accord, as you guys know. I've talked about it multiple times. I wanted the Accord, but then my dad went and checked it out. The Accord was junk, so we went and took a shot at this, and I ended up getting it. When I first got it, I didn't plan on really keeping it very long. I had planned to keep it maybe up until I graduated, and then I was gonna get a job, get some money together, and sell it and buy another car. I was gonna stay bone stock, and I was gonna kind of continue doing gaming videos, which is what I did at the time. But then I got to talking with Michael, and for those who don't know, I've known Michael since the 8th grade, so we go back a long way. And this was at the time Michael himself was just getting into cars, and he was like, we were sitting there talking, I was like, yeah, I'm probably just going to save up, sell it later, and buy a Miata. That's what I wanted at the time, it was an NA Miata. And Michael was like, why not just mod the car you have? So I sat there for a minute, and I was like, that's not a bad idea. So I went home and talked to my parents about it, asked their opinions on it, because they were very much the same mindset I was. I should just keep it, drive to the wheels fall off. My parents were like, I mean, he's not wrong. You have the car already, why not mod it now while it sits? And I was like, okay. So I cut some grass for a little while, saved up a little bit of money, and wound up eventually getting the last little push I needed from my parents, who got a really good tax return one year. We've been working our tails off at the house because my mom had been in school at the time. My dad is obviously, works 9 to 5 every day. So she was like, here, have a couple $100, go spend it whatever you want. And it was a really good tax return that year. And I wound up going and getting the first couple of mods for the Sport Track, which were my taillights, which I still run to this day, they're just tinted over now. The original set of headlights, which I kept on there for a very long time, as well as the original radio. It's kind of ironic, only one of those original 3 mods is still on the truck, and it's been tampered with, it's not even the same. And it kind of snowballed, and here we are. I got this truck in 2016, and here we are in 2020, almost 4 years. Well, technically 4.5 years later. I would totally do it again. But anyway, I don't regret this truck at all. I think it was a great first car, and I've really enjoyed it. But yeah, pretty much the whole decision to mod it was on a whim, and it was like, I already have it, so why not build what you got? And I keep getting more inspiration to continue it through videos from that dude in blue. Every once in a while he'll upload a review of a car he's done that's very unique. A Saturn SL2 comes to mind. And like a Corolla and a couple other cars that have popped up, the Chevy Cruze. It's one of those things that's like, you have the car, why not build it? And that was kind of where that came from. It was a build what you got kind of scenario. And it just snowballed, and here we are, 2020, and I've had the truck for 4.5 years, and it's completely different than it was when I first got it. When I went back at my 16-year-old self would be like, what you doing? But I think at the end of the day, I'm happy with how things have turned out. And even though I don't get along with the truck community at all, I still love this truck to death, and I don't plan on getting rid of it really anytime soon. So with all that said, what is your guys' story with your platform of choice? Was it a gift? Was it a car that you'd always wanted as a kid, or was it just something you just happened to have and you were like, oh, I want to modify a car, but I've only got, this Prius. Let me go for it. Let me know what you guys have to say in the comments below. This was kind of my story and why I chose the Sport Track as a platform, and kind of a cool discussion video. So hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more content coming soon. We've got the next big mod coming for the Sport Track this weekend, and I'm working on getting the final measurements to do the other big mod that I was wanting to do before the wrap, which will also be coming here very soon as well. We still just have to get the last of the prep work done, which is really just, I've got the truck over here, doing the little bit of cosmetic repairs that we have to do to it, and it'll be ready. So all that said, hope you all enjoyed. I'll see you guys next time. Have a good one, everyone.